include number 15 is Shane Johnson, number 34 is Jeremy Hosh, and number 22 is Jason Hosh, and the injured is Mike Stockstill. As we take a look at the Horn run-through poster, can the Eagles, and it's going apart. Before the Horns can break it apart, right on the seam. So the officials meeting with the captain and going over the flip of the coin tonight.
Kevin, don't be too surprised if we win this toss and defer it to the second half like we did last week. Let our defense set the pace.
It's quite possible, and that defense has done more than their job of setting the pace throughout the ball games this season.
I think that was a big benefit for us to have the lead and get the ball the second half. That's a big benefit. We'll see what happens here.
It appears as though Salado has won the toss. They have refused.
That's a good idea. I like that idea.
Sure. So Schulenburg will take the football to start the ball game. So the Horns will go on the offensive attack. Tremendous crowd here in Bastrop for this ball game as Shepard, Gintard, and Sarton make their way back to the run-through side. And here they come, number one. Coming up, but first I'm going to tell you about more sponsors bringing you Schulenburg Shorthorn football on Channel 16. Brought to you by Diamond S Restaurant, Foxfire Builders, that's J.O. Renner, 10th Frame Bowling Alley, Audubon Travel Shop, IMCO, Ken and Sherry Banks owners, Kunchik Wagner Insurance Agency, Kelly and Doris Sarton, Schulenburg Livestock Auction Incorporated, Zimmerman's Garage, Vernon and Vaughn Zimmerman owners, Schulenburg Printing Office Supplies and Sports Specialties, the Prosky families, and Dan and Jill Tabor. So the Horns will drop back to receive this opening kickoff, get this area championship underway for 1994, Jeff, and we'll see what the offense can do against the Salado defense. We haven't heard that much about the defensive unit because their offense of Salado has been so strong with the running game.
Well, I talked with Coach Houston. He said that they forced a lot of turnovers last week that made the game different. They're going to be an aggressive defense. Hopefully we can utilize our speed enough to get outside them and break some big ones, because as we before noticed that they don't have a lot of breakaway speed. So we'll see what happens.
So the Horns are back deep with Jamie Jackson, David Raines, Kevin Mark. And to do the kicking will be 6 Sierra. Short angled kick taken by Adams at the 27-yard line. Steven Adams at the 30. Still on his feet to about the 34-yard line. First down and 10. Horns go this way with this offensive set. The quarterback is Stephen Sarton, David Raines, and Bradley Wright in the backfield. Flanker Jamie Jackson, split end Steven Adams. The tight end is Kevin Mark. Dustin Bozel's the center. The guards are Urick and Kujay. The tackles are Segura and Dagan. The regulators, the offensive line for the Schulenburg Shorthorns. Jeff, as we look at Salado, they've got a three-man front, and they'll sneak their linebackers in. They're playing with almost 9 guys just about 4 yards away from the ball. Sarton's first play is a rollout, looking to pass across the middle. The ball is caught by David Raines up to the 42. Jeff, we talked about the middle type screen that wasn't, and there we see a pass to the middle.
A good 7-yard gain to start the game off with. It took a little bit longer they're not giving the rush that I thought they were going to give. It looked like they didn't have quite a push on their defensive line to get past the line and get starting where that play worked a lot. Maybe that play is not going to be as aggressive if they don't get off the ball quick enough.
Ball at the 41, second down, and about 3 for the Horns. Pitch it right. Bradley has the first down across the 45 to the 46-yard line. And that is the first down of the night. We will try to keep up with that this evening if we can. It is a first down across the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 Horns. We've just begun in Bastrop in the area championship, Salado and Schulenburg. Kevin Fishbeck, Jeff Praschke, and Greg Uola on film here on Channel 16.
Kevin, just like I talked about, getting outside. If we can just get outside their tackles and ends, there could be some success out there.
Wright and Raines are in the backfield. Adams to the far right, Jackson to our side. Handed off, Bradley Wright, big hole, across midfield to the 48-yard line. Our offensive line, Jeff, is
doing a good job.
They're blowing Salado away.
They're letting them. They're bringing in their big man. I think that's what I want to see, Kevin. I want to see number 79 in the offense where he has to play both ways. That could be a big factor if you make him play both ways. It'll be a long game.
Jerry Soto, 270 pounds. It's a gain of 6 for Bradley Wright. 2nd down and 4. The ball is across the midfield stripe at the 49-yard line. 2nd and 4 for the Horns with 10-10 left to go in the first quarter and no score. Sarton with a draw. Straight up the middle to the right. He's got some running room to the 40, 35, 34-yard line. Bradley Wright for 15 yards and another first down, Jeff.
Just what you wanted to establish. They know we're going to pass. Everybody knows Schulenburg has got a successful pass. If we can establish that run and not have to put it in the air, Kevin, it could be a long night.
Well, the Horns took the opening kickoff, and they have picked up a couple of first downs already. They're at the 35-yard line and marching towards the Salado Eagle end zone. Eric Aiding to our side. On the far right is Jamie Jackson. Raines and Wright are the setbacks. A tight end mark to the left. Let's hand it to Bradley. He's got 5, still on his feet right there, knocked down at the 30. Still, we're getting 4 or 5 yards on every play.
That's you can't ask for more from your line. That's going to take a toll later on as it comes. Continually getting 4 to 5 yards a pop, and you're going to wear them down, more than likely. It's happened week in and week out. Look for it to continue tonight.
Nose of the football is just across the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 5, Schulenburg. They're on the drive at the Salado 30. Sarton rolling, has trouble trying to get outside to elude a man. He's got the first down marker is the 25. He may have stepped out prior to that. Yes, he did.
A yard or two short. Still a good idea. Nobody's open. You can see, Kevin, right there that they don't quite have the speed outside like we do. I think it matches up good for us in that situation.
So it's a gain of 3. It's now 3rd down and 2. Actually call it 3rd and 1, a gain of 4.
4 down territory no matter what you talk about here.
You're at the 26. You need to go just across the 25. I see the Shorthorn faithful a little more excited tonight than what we've seen in the past. Handed to Wright, and then the backfield drop for a loss. On the tackle is number 33. That's David Berryman, a sophomore.
A linebacker blitz there, so that's we're going to have to contain with that.
A loss of 3 brings up 4th down and 4. It would be about a 44-yard field goal against the win. I don't think we're going to try that. The Horns are going to call a timeout with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. It's decision time for Coach David Hoosman and the Schulenburg Shorthorns. So the Horns timeout was called. As we get back on the field of play, they're going for it, no surprise. Jackson and Adams here to the left. Mark, the tight end, to the right. Raines and Wright in the backfield. Here they come to the blitz. Quick pass to Jamie Jackson. Get it to him. He's going to dive. Jeff, I don't think he's going to have the first down.
It doesn't look like it. It depends on the mark.
They mark it shy of the 25.
It's going to be short by a half a yard.
Well, we talked during the timeout. Watch Jamie to get the ball some kind of way. He did, but he just couldn't shake the last tackler. And he did not pick up the first down. Completion gain of 4, that's it. And the Horns offense sputters deep in Salado territory.
I think it's a minor setback, Kevin. The way we move the ball, I think it's going to be a good night for our offense.
Salado will have the football, first down and 10.
This will tell the tale to me right here.
Horns defense jumps, flags go down, straight up the middle. Hosh gets stood up, but it's going to be a penalty against the Horns. It's going to be offsides against Schulenburg. They don't do that very often when they have a hard count by the quarterback.
That's okay. We'll get used to that. It's just aggressive. You got to, you know, Kevin, a team with no penalties tells you, hey, you're not aggressive enough. You're going to expect some. That just comes with the territory when you're an aggressive team.
We'll be mentioning Hosh and Hosh. That's Jason and Jeremy. They're twin brothers. Jason is number 22. Jeremy is 34.
We saw on that play that he runs hard. He doesn't have a lot of breakaway, but he keeps those legs turning. You're going to have to hit him and drive him back.
It's now first down and 5 for Salado. 31-yard line. Hosh has the football. Not much there.
That's what we have to do right there.
Now they try to run it outside the tackles, and that time it just didn't work. Horn defense was right on it.
Maybe 1 yard there, maybe.
And it brings up second down. Second down and 5. There's no gain. Split backfield, wide receiver to either side. Offense.
That'll help. We'll bring it back there.
The right guard got a little anxious. So the penalty that Schulenburg gave them on the first play is now returned as they'll take it back 5 yards and brings up second down and 9. So an eye for an eye, so to speak. We have 7:23 left in the first quarter. No score in Bastrop in the area championship between Schulenburg and Salado. Horns took the opening kickoff, drove it down to the 25-yard line, but was stopped on a 4th and 5. This is second and 9 for the Eagles. Up the middle, not much there. Eric Aiding, the first man to put a helmet on him.
We might have an offsides on Schulenburg, possibly. Drop the flag over there on the end.
Paco Valenzuela is also on that. Well, it is offsides against the Horns. That's the second time we've seen that in just 3 plays. So they will take the penalty and brings up second and 4. Teams are just trading procedure penalties here.
They gained some on that, let me tell you. Oh, he's going to move it back a little bit. They gained a yard or 2 on that without carrying the ball.
Looks like they marked it from the end of the play.
Yeah.
Second and 4 is what we'll call it. I formation. Pitch it outside Haas. Oh, Bozo wrapped him up. Kennard finished him off. Ricky Hernandez is out there, and so is Brian Valenzuela. Adam Bozo got out there. Loss of yardage, and now it's third down and 5. Loss of a yard, 3rd and 5 now for Salado. Nothing that we don't expect to see. They keep the ball on the ground.
I'm surprised they're not running behind 79 yet. I'm anxious to see how it handles.
Split back. That's the Hosh brothers. Motion coming our side. Quarterback, left hand, wants to throw. It's incomplete. Bozo had the coverage along with Kennard, and now it's 4th down. Punt time for the Eagles, and once again the flag attack defense holds their own.
They take away those penalties, you're looking at no gain, basically, Kevin. In fact, we've got a -1 I've got listed on my list. So, good series. Hopefully we can keep it up all night.
Back deep, Jamie Jackson. We were told Jamie has not been touched by the first man down on a punt this year.
That's not surprising at all.
Good snap. Horns of, well, that's going to be a short punt. Angled away from Jackson. It hits, takes a great Salado roll. Goes out about the 19, 18-yard line. They'll mark it.
That's a good punt.
18.5-yard line.
Good punt.
So the defense gets a big hand. The offense will go back on attack. for the Schulenburg Shorthorns here on Channel 16. Punt officially 51 yards. Jeff, they kicked it away from Jackson.
I'd like to see us, Kevin, maybe put two people back there and split that field
How
up.
about the Jacksons?
Yeah, that'd
Derek
be fine.
and Jamie. Steven Sarton gives it to Bradley Wright. Big hole Bradley across the 20 to about the 22. Clearing something up, Derek and Jamie, half brothers.
They are, but yeah, we made that mistake last week and didn't even know they were relatives.
So we apologize. We'll clear that up this week. Bradley's good for 3 at 2nd and 7. The clock is really rolling here. 5:30 left to go in the first quarter. Split backs, Raines and Wright. Eric aiding to our side at the split end. Sarton to throw. Caught. Jackson with a shake and bake to the 30, lunges forward. Again, he makes them miss, Jeff. That's a gain of 9 yards to about the 31, 32-yard line. And another Horn first down.
Well, Kevin, he does that. What makes it so amazing, he doesn't have to take a good hit that way. He just takes the glancing blows and gains a few more yards on the dial.
First and 10 Horns, 5 minutes left, first quarter. No score in Bastrop. Area championship ball game. Two splits out here. That's Joseph Moore and Jamie Jackson. Sarton to throw. Has all day. Flags are down. Throws it. Caught by Jackson at the 50. Got it. Missed the block. Moore. And will get knocked down at the 37, but hold it. Flags are down.
We might have an offsides on Salado, possibly.
Let's see the indication. If it's good for a 31-yard pickup if it stands.
Yep.
But hold
Salado's
the phone.
backing up.
It's going to go against the Eagles. Mark it for a 31-yard pickup, Jeff. And another first down. If Moore gets his block, Jackson goes the distance.
A good tackle by the Salado man to break down and not. You know, the secret I've always heard is watch the hip. Don't watch the ball. Watch the hip. If you tackle the hip, you're going to get the man.
The ball is at the 38. A 31-yard pickup.
Jackson's already got 44 yards in receptions already.
Sarton is throwing the ball excellent as the rain has appeared to stop here this evening. Another first down, and now flags go down. Somebody either moved or it wouldn't be too much time call on that from that official. Somebody must have moved on the offensive line. Dead ball, legal procedure against the Shorthorns.
On that last pass to Jackson, he threaded the needle. Beautiful throw.
And he led him perfectly.
Yeah, he didn't have to stretch out. It was in the bread basket. Beautiful pass by Sarton.
First and 15 now for the Horns. Ball back at the 43. Pitch it to Todd Anders. Anders ahead to the original line of scrimmage. Well, Todd is into the ball game and picks up about 5, maybe 6 on the play.
Kevin, I'll take 5 every play.
Brings up 2nd and 10. Second down and 10 for the Schulenburg Shorthorns. Starting to pass. On to Jackson at 30, 25 at the 20-yard line. Jamie Jackson again, Jeff, they thread the needle this time for 15 yards.
18 yards. We're looking at 18, Kevin.
18 yards and a first down. You're so correct. How many first downs tonight? Already. Not keeping them. 6 first downs for the Horns. Not quite a penetration just outside the 20, but the Horns are driving for the second consecutive offensive series. 3:10 left to go first quarter. The draw to right. Gets hit, slips the tackler, then we'll go forward for a gain of 1. Now we have the penetration inside the 20.
Ever so important in the playoffs, as Columbus found out last week.
That's right. Columbus won their ball game over Needville after being tied They went in on penetration. 2nd and 9 from the 19 for the Horns. Split back. That's Todd Anders and Bradley Wright. Little movement, nothing there. Starting to throw. Mark is wide open. Touchdown.
All right.
Kevin Mark, 19 yards, 6 on the board for the Horns. He was so wide open, Jeff.
It was scary.
It was scary. And what was really scary, they had somebody on him from the start. He just gave him a little shake and bake, see you later.
He was 5 to 6 yards by himself. I think the defensive back bit the fake and was coming up to support the run, it looked to me.
2:28 left. First quarter, the Horns strike first. They lead 6-0.
It's good to get Mark started early.
Yes, sir. Goes for 19 yards and a touchdown. Good snap. Shepard's kick. Good. 2 minutes, 28 seconds left. First quarter. Shorthorns 7. Salado Eagles nothing on Channel 16. So the Horns have struck first with 2:28 left in the first quarter on the 19-yard touchdown pass from Stephen Sarton to Kevin Mark, wide open in the end zone. And the Horn defense will go back on attack. Jeff, if we get a football up here tonight, we're going to have to sign up one of those cheerleaders, put some pads on.
Well, I mean, if they got an arm like that, we can use that.
We are way high here in Bastrop. Want to thank the Bastrop ISD, Coach McCarthy, and all the fine folks here. Set us up. We had bowls of chili and cornbread waiting for us. And there's some, was it peach cobbler?
A little bit of everything. Texas meal up here. They're taking care of us very fine job.
It's fun to have the playoffs. Shepard's kick is the squibbler. And so it'll pick up the 25-yard line. At the 30, Hosh has a hole. Mark missed him. He's got some room. Adams all the way to the 50-yard line. Finally brings him down. Jeremy Hosh.
Well, when he picked up that ball, I said, oh, that's the running back. So I knew we were going to be in for just a regular return there.
Well, teams that have been scouting the Horns know that they probably won't kick it deep. So they can afford to put one of their good hands people with a lot of speed that knows how to carry the football midway through.
Hey, Kevin, being with them, not blessed with a lot of speed, I wouldn't mind seeing us kick it deep and maybe get a little better coverage down there.
You may see it later in this ball game. Ball at midfield. Excellent position for Salado. Their second offensive series.
We just have to cut down on our mistakes.
Johnson hands it off to Haas. He's got 5, 6, 7 yards. Brought down by Gintert, Bozel, and Sarton. Not before Haas takes it for 7 to the Shorthorn. 43.
Behind number 79 right there. I was anxious to see how that was going to turn out. Look to go behind him a little more, possibly.
Jerry Soto, number 79, the offensive tackle. It weighs in at 270. 2nd and 3. Second man through. Stood up. Does not have enough for the first down. The black attack.
I think he's got it.
Boy, they gave him a good forward progress.
He's just about to touch the 40. I think they're going to give it to him without even a measurement. Oh, yeah. I would. I wouldn't waste the time with a measurement.
Going to be awfully close.
Oh,
they're going to bring the change out.
Waste of time.
He's got the first down.
By the length of the ball.
Officials will call a timeout with 1:41 left in the first quarter. And the Shorthorns leading 7-0.
I guess our angle up here gives us a benefit. So being that it's an important game, why not? Let's take every precaution. We don't want to make it. Yeah, see by the length of the ball.
Length of the football. First down and 10 for Salado. And that is their...
That's going to be their bread and butter right there.
That's their initial first down of the night. That's their first one. First down and 10, Eagles. First and 10, Salado quickly to the line. Clock rolls, a minute 25 left. First quarter. Strong right formation, double tight. They run that side. Mychek slowed him up, and then Jackson will help finish him off along with Starton.
Excellent pursuit by the defensive backs up there, able to come up and support the line.
Bajcek playing the defensive end on the left side this evening. Got out there, slowed the man up, and then the secondary finished him off. A gain of 2.5. 2nd and 8. Salado again with a strong right formation. This time they go to the weak side. Shepard wraps him up. They're lining Soto up as a tight end, Jeff, and they'll run a double tight on the right side.
Probably tackle over what they're trying to do sometimes to get a little more bulk on that line.
Third down now and 4 with just 15 seconds left in the first quarter. This could be the final play of our initial quarter.
I don't think they had a lot of success outside, so I look for them to stay inside. They've had some pretty good success there.
Strong right formation again. Eagles run the option. Johnson is met and he's dropped. A gain of about 2. Paco Valenzuela, Ricky Hernandez, and Chad Kennard. As the time clock shows all the time has expired here in the first quarter. They will mark the football, stick the chain, show that it is 4th down. That's the end of the first quarter. Schulenburg leads Salado by a score of 7-0. At the end of 1, Shorthorn football is brought to you by Baumgarten Matula, Bruce and Cindy Bozel, 3D Belt Company, Charles and Gail Bow, Oakwood Smokehouse Restaurant, Tom and Dolores Sanders, Gallup Supermarket, Leo's Stop and Shop, Leo's Sheer Genius and Upstairs at the Downstairs, The Record Rack, Barry and Melissa Shepard, Carrie and Lori Bauer, Gene Barber and Christine Gindert and Royce, and Jeanette Kujay. Jeff, first quarter, about what you expected?
I expected us to just to see how everything's going to roll the first quarter, see what they're made of, what are they going to come out in, are they going to do anything different than we expected. We're generally a slow starting team in the first quarter. Last week we were. As the game goes along, we seem to get a little stronger. Let's see if that holds true tonight. I think they're going to go for it. They don't have a lot to punt here. A lot of benefit on the punt here, but I don't see number 22 in the backfield. Maybe they will try to pin Schulenburg deep. It's a long 2, a 4th and a long 2.
It is a long 2.
They are going for it.
They will go for it. 4th and a long 2 for the Salado Eagles. Strong right. Up the middle.
He got it.
He's met. He's got the first down. That's 34, Jeremy Hosh. A gain of 4 and an Eagle first down.
I think they're just lining up and saying, hey, this is what we're going to do, Kevin. You got to stop us.
We've just started the second quarter. The Horns lead 7-0 over Salado. But the Eagles are driving the football. They're at Shorthorns 28. Another first down for Salado. Second man through, Haas. Not much there.
He's getting a lot on just the surge, leaning forward and getting 1 or 2 yards on the surge, Kevin. We're going to have to do some penetration low and get in the backfield.
That was number 33, David Berriman, on the carry. Salado's numbers are hard to distinguish.
They're getting muddy already, and it's making it a little worse.
Yeah. And we're way up here in the press box, which is a long way away from the field. I formation. Berriman and Hosh in the backfield. Berriman. Shepard wrapped him up. Not much. Across the 25, maybe the 24.
A long one. It's going to be a 7. Long 6, short 7. Big play again here.
Well, they're in 4 down territory.
Yeah, you're looking at 4 down territory inside the 25.
Third down and about 7.
Maybe they're going to be content with the 3 and 4 yard gains.
Outside Hodge. It's
good. Sam Brown.
Sam Brown.
That's what we're talking about, Kevin, that penetration. You got to get low and get in the backfield, disrupt that. They're not running deep wide. They're running parallel to the line trying to get deep. And if we can get a little penetration, it can get tough.
When 72 Sam Brown penetrates, he's going to cause a lot of confusion. And that's exactly what he did. Timeout on the field, 4th and long for Salado. 10:08 left first half. Horns 7, Eagles nothing. So the timeout as Coach Dan Wasick finishes his timeout with the Salado Eagles. Coach Brad Oden, defensive coordinator, has his time to visit with the black attack. It's 4th and 8.
Watch number 3. He's their favorite receiver on the far sideline. That possibility to go to him.
Tight end to either side. Motion. Johnson a pass. Will throw it. Incomplete.
That'll work.
Sam again made the penetration. Mychek and Shepard with the coverage. Black attack doing their job.
That pressure is going to be the story, Kevin. If we can keep pressure on this quarterback when he is not used to throwing, that's what we're going to have to do all night.
Once again, the big D coming through.
Well, number 3 is their main receiver. They tried to bring him inside to draw attention on the drag across the middle and try to slip it back out of the backfield. Schulenburg was wise enough to stay on their keys and stay with their backs.
Horns have it 1st and 10. Derek Jackson was into the game and now is out. We've got Anders and Wright. Wright looking with the outside. Blocked by Jackson. Bradley has about 10, 12 yards on the play. David Raines is kneeling on the sideline.
It looks like possibly a hip point or something, Kevin. He's got some ice inside his hip pad, so maybe a short night for Raines. Let's hope it's nothing major.
The trainers were looking at him earlier. So he is not in at this time. It's Anders is in there.
Did you see the blocking on the right side of the line there? It was like a wall.
Yeah. And then when you get Jackson, Jamie Jackson to give you a downfield block.
It doesn't look like they're going to try to give us anything big. They're pretty sure tacklers.
7th first down for the Horns. This is Anders. Anders, nice cut. Oh, he just got wrapped up. He had a lot of daylight.
One step from a big gain. Still a nice 7 or 8 yard gain. Kevin, you can take that every time.
On first down, you will.
We'll give him 8 on that. A nice run.
2nd and 2. 9:10 left to go in the ball in the first half. Horns 7, Salado Eagles nothing. 2nd and 2. Ball is at the 40. Call it the 46. We need the 48. Jamie Jackson far left. Joseph Moore here to our side. The draw to right. He's got all kinds of running room. Cuts it back. Bradley Wright fumbles the football. Jamie picked it up, and a flag is down. Jamie, action Jackson, takes it in for 6.
That wasn't a play. That was a throw marker for the fumble.
Jack was okay. That's a touchdown. That is a touchdown, Horns. Put it on the board.
When it goes your way, Kevin, it goes your way.
Hey, when the sun is shining on you, you got to love it.
And the rain quit, so maybe the sun is shining on the Schulenburg Shorthorns.
Well, you give Wright from the 46 to the 30, which is
16 yards.
24 yards.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then Jackson 30 yards on the recovery. 54 yards total on the play. And the Horns lead 13-0. Shepard will try to kick the extra point with 8:40 left to go in the first half.
Could you have asked for a prettier bounce?
Oh man, it was a perfect bounce. Defense jumped.
Nose guard come across, hit center.
He didn't hit him very hard.
No, he just tapped it, but enough to get the flag.
Well, you know,
on them.
you look at the.
How do you call legal procedure on the defense? Isn't it more of an offsides? I mean, it's just.
Probably. You look at
is the word, isn't it?
Salado, and they're going, hey, we're in this thing.
We had a good drive.
And Schulenburg fumbles, but yet they can pick it up and return it themselves in for the touchdown, and you're across the way, and you're going, my gosh, how do you beat things like that?
Well, fortunately, none of our games have been decided by something like that, and we haven't had many breaks like that, Kevin. You think about it in the past games. We haven't had any things go our way. So maybe it's time we'll get a little bit of that.
Shepard's kick is good. 8:40 left, first half. Horns 14, Eagles nothing. On Channel 16. About those regulators. Dustin Bozo, the center, Chris Shurek and Donovan Kujay, the guards. Greg Segura and Dan Dagan, the tackles. Tight end Kevin Mark and Jeff, the regular offensive line, are having a field day down in the slop.
Kevin, some of these plays here at 6, 7 yards before anybody even touches our backs. Our speed outside is telling a lot, and then when they're trying to stop that, we pop that draw right in the middle and gain it right there. So where do you key?
So Shepard will kick it off. Yeah, who do you key on? The Horns lead at 14-0 with 8:40 left in the first half.
I sure want to see him kick it deep. There we go. Bounce. That'll work.
Bounce, fumbled. Fumbled around, still fumbled. They'll pick it up. And it's met right there.
That beats that 50-yard line every time.
Ball was returned by Jason Hosh. Derek Jackson in on the tackle at Romine. So Derek out there playing some defense.
Don't be too surprised to see him in the backfield next series.
Mychek also in on the play. Salado first and 10, 23-yard line. Schulenburg up 14-0 with 8:33 left first half. Motion our side. Salado, quarterback fell down, but he was able to hand off the football to Haas.
Disrupted the play enough for Schulenburg to recover. You know, a lot of times, Kevin, those broken plays end up gaining more than the regular plays because it throws everybody off.
Yeah, you kind of relax just a little bit. Brian Valenzuela on the play.
That back's already got 8 carries already, 15 yards on it, though. Less than 2 yards a pop. We'll take that average every day.
It is 2nd down and 8. Motion our side. Again to Haas. Sam Brown, Chad Ginnert, not going to get you anywhere.
Not a lot of room in there. They're working this poor boy to death already.
9 carries, about 18 yards maybe.
9 carries, 16 yards. You know, they're talked about last week, as you mentioned in the pregame. Both backs had 150 yards. Well, they're not splitting up the carries too much. I don't know whether they're trying to reserve one to give him a little break and maybe give him some action later on.
If you break too much, you're playing hoops tomorrow. You got to get after it one way or the other. You're down 14 points.
Maybe he's the better blocker, 34. He's the bigger of the two.
Johnson a pass, throws it, and it's incomplete. Brian Valenzuela got in his face.
We're getting them out of their game plan, Kevin. They're not used to throwing, and you know, we're getting them out of their norm.
Coach Oden, Brad Oden, told me during pregame out on the field, he says, hey, we want them to throw the football.
Exactly. They're not used to doing that, and you want somebody to do what they're not comfortable with.
7:14 left here in the half, and Slater will punt it away, and Jackson is back deep alone by himself. Horns up 14-0. Almost blocked by Chad Ginnert. It's a punt that will take a bounce and then knock down the 48. Chad almost blocked it.
Boy, look, just inches it looked like. Look for us to go after some more possibly.
Hats off again to the black attack. That defense, Aiding and Sarden, Jackson, Shepard, Hernandez, Valenzuela, Ginnert, Brian Valenzuela, Sam Brown, Brad Mychek, Stephen Adams, Eric Aiding, they're all doing a super job.
Kevin, I can't say enough about this crowd. This is a great crowd again every week.
And they're enthusiastic. They're not waiting for things to happen. They're really into it from play number 1. Sarden wants to pass. Has the pressure, gets away. And we'll run it, and we'll get it across the 46-yard line. Gain of 2.
Give them a long 2, 3.
2nd down coming for the Horns. 2nd and about 8. Eric Aiding in with a play. Derek Jackson in the ball game, along with Todd Anders. So here's the combination we saw late in last week's game that was outstanding. Derek gets the football. Here he goes to 40, 35, 30, touch it 20, 15, 10. Oh, you gotta love this man.
Kevin, speed, and more speed.
I'm gonna tell you what, where he left off last week, he picked up tonight.
Picked right back up. Beautiful run.
It goes from the 45 down to the 8. It's good.
37 whole yards.
37 yards on the carry for the young man. My goodness. Jackson,
He just broke away. Boom, it was there.
Jackson and Anders stay in the backfield. Sarton gives it to Todd. Todd cuts it back. Oh, he tripped over his lineman.
Good tackle by the Will. He got sandwiched by number 11. He had a low hit and just didn't get up and over him. They're not going after us man on, head up. They're trying to cut our feet out from under us. What the moves that Jackson and them have back there, that's not going to last.
Gain of 4 to the 4. Second and goal from that point. 5:40 left first half. Horns trying to open the coffin here. They lead 14-0. Looking for more are the Schulenburg Shorthorns. Jackson and Anders, the two setbacks. They'll give it to Derek.
We had a little motion possibly.
We had movement on both sides of the football, I believe.
Schulenburg is clapping, though.
I think their nose guard jumped.
Maybe so. He's not used to playing, Kevin. As we talked about earlier, the starting nose guard broke his arm last week, and you have somebody new in there. He's not used to seeing that snap.
That's right. It's offsides. Give us 2 yards, half the distance, and still second down. You're at point-blank range on the Schulenburg Shorthorns. Second and goal from the 2. Jackson and Anders, the setbacks. Aiding to the left. Jamie Jackson out here to the right. Starting with a sneak. He lunges. He scores behind the regulators.
Easily.
Touchdown, Stephen Sarton.
And pretty easily, Kevin. Look, they just kept pushing.
Oh, it's all Horns now. With 5:05 left in the first half, it's now 20-0 Schulenburg. And the big play was by Derek Jackson, a 37-yard carry to the 8. Anders took it to the 4. Penalty took it to the 2. And Sarton takes it in for 6. Shepard will be on to try his 3rd extra point of the night. He is 2 for 2. With 5:05 left in the first half, Horns 20-0 lead is looking to be extended by Barry Shepard. The snap is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. It's all good. It's all Horns. It's 21-0. First half, 5:05 left. Schulenburg leads Salado on Channel 16. Schulenburg Shorthorns lead at 21-0.
Kevin, what's scary, you know, all these fans are from the other towns are watching this game, and they're looking at that program and say, number 9, sophomore? Oh, Lord, we got 2 more years of this coming.
Well, the whole backfield will be back next year, with the exception of Sarton. But you got Raines and Wright and Anders and Derek Jackson, Jamie Jackson, you know. We still have a lot of fun to be had in this year.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Horns looking good here. 21-0. They lead Salado with 5:05 left. First half. Shepard's kick, a knuckleball. Bounces. They'll take it on the run. It's Haas. 20, 25. Romine! Tyson Romine! Number 44 with a big tackle. There's the traditional headbutt. I don't know if we got last week. Tyson and Sam did a headbutt, and Tyson got knocked on the ground. Sam was that pumped up about Tyson's tackle.
That's what you want, though. You want to see that. A lot of emotion out there. Schulenburg plays with a lot of emotion.
These kids love to play football.
And it shows, buddy.
5:01 left first half. I formation. Run off the right side, left side. Bozo wraps the man up, along with Gittert, Sarton.
Kevin, they've got to get out of this ordinary game. 21 points down at the first half. I can't see them getting back in this game with this game plan.
Second down and 7 for the Eagles. I formation look. Split out here to the left. Hand it off, nothing there.
We lost the yard there.
Blind Valenzuela made it through there along with Sam and Chad Ginnert.
They got a whole different set of backs back there. Number 44 and 33. The 2 twins are sitting this one out, Kevin.
33 is David Berman. 44 is Rusty Wasik. It's 3rd and 7.
Don't
You know,
understand
if
that.
Schulenburg holds here, they have plenty of time to tack 7 more on the board before the half.
And you think they're going to do anything? That hit the pitch could happen now.
They need a spark. Hand it off.
Nothing.
Sam Brown!
Nothing. Another -1.
Sam Brown and Eric Ading. Nothing there. 4th down. What about the black attack?
Number 33 has got 4 carries for 1 yard, Kevin. What can you say?
Domination, black attack.
That comes to mind.
We may go after this punt.
We got real close last time. Don't be surprised.
Good snap. Didn't almost got
again.
another one.
Boy,
It's a poor punt off the side of the foot.
he gained about 10 yards in that punt.
A 12-yard effort, and that's it. Again, Chad almost got
That
the
pressure is
football.
making him think.
How about this defense? You know, some of these underclassmen and are sitting there just
Saying, pour it on. We want our
bouncing
chance.
at the chops going, hey, we're going to get some playing time tonight, Coach. If this hangs up, stays up.
They're loving it, too.
1st and 10 Horns, with 3:01 left in the first half.
That's what builds this program to what it is, Kevin.
Schulenburg leads 21-0. Yeah, you're playing 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 ball games a year. Starting out of the shotgun. Little high for Jackson, but then flags come down. We may have a holding.
Maybe. Yeah.
Holding against the Horns.
Would you take that if you was Salado? Give Schulenburg another play?
Yeah, because you're going to drive them 10 yards from the spot.
No, they're just calling it a 10-yard penalty.
From the line of scrimmage.
From
First
the line
and
of scrimmage.
20.
Yeah.
I don't know. With Schulenburg, that 20 could be 5. I mean, it just doesn't matter.
That's right.
The
You got to erase the play then. That's the first. That
long
would have been
yards
the first incompletion.
long yards has never bothered the Shorthorns.
No.
2:56 left first half. The clock is stopped. Shotgun. Take it to right. Screen to Jackson. Jiggin got out there, but Jamie's going to get stood up at the 50 and knocked out of bounds.
Not too
But-
many. Just good pursuit by Salado there.
I think they had that one diagrammed. They knew it was coming. It's a gain of 3. Well, the clock does stop with the out of bounds. Sarton still has not thrown an incompletion.
91 yards already. 7 attempts. 91 yards.
Sarton is 7 of 7 with 91 yards in the first half. Ball is at midfield. 2nd down, 17 for the Horns. 2:48 left in the half.
They're playing a different defense. They're only having one linebacker, and they're dropping a lot of people back.
Backside pressure. Oh, they pick up the block. There's Mark. It is incomplete.
Good
Nice
defensive play by the safety back there. Excellent play.
Wesley Glacier saved a big gain. There's your first incompletion. And it came in a great defensive effort.
It was a good throw. It wouldn't have been for the defensive man. It happened to be where he's at. That's a good big completion right there.
Clock is stopped with 2:41 left. First half. Joseph Moyen with the play. I think what we're seeing is Raines and Jackson. I should say, well, we're going to one back. That's why. I was wondering why we had too many running backs on the side, but we just have Wright. He's the only one because we're in shotgun. Sarton throwing it deep. Adams is there. He got it!
Beautiful catch. In traffic, Kevin.
What a catch by Stephen Adams. What a throw by Stephen Sarton. 42 yards.
Well, they're talking like, hey, did I run the wrong route or did you run the wrong route? We have 2 Shorthorns right in the area.
42 yards and a first down, another first down. That was on the money, and Adams just leaped up and took it away from the defensive man. First and goal. I told you it didn't take long for the Horns to strike.
No.
We knew that. Everyone else knows it.
But that's that extra play we were talking about, too.
Yes, sir. First and goal from the 8. Bradley Wright spinning across to about the 4-yard line.
Inside the 4. Close to the 3.
Plenty of time. 2 minutes left in the first half.
Don't be too surprised to see him setting up that right sweep again, because he's moving the ball to the left there. Don't be too surprised to see that. Give us a little more room on that field to stretch it out.
Anders and Ryder in the backfield. Jamie Jackson to our right. Joseph Moore to the far left. Mark, the tight end to the right.
Or maybe to Jackson in the corner here. No.
Todd Anders is hit in the backfield and is driven back for a loss of 3.
They were ready for that one.
Clock rolls, 1:25 left.
That's okay. We want it to roll. Let it go.
Now timeout called. Timeout on the field. Schulenburg leads it 21-0. With 1:20 left, and it's third down and goal from the 7. As we tell you every week, we've got some great sponsors who make this all possible, and Jeff's going to tell you about some of them right now.
John, Sharon, and Brian Anders. Support the Shorthorns, Fayette Savings, First Bank, the Flower Box, your Christmas store, Jerry's Phillips 66, Mr. and Mrs. Jerry Mychek, Pat Sweet Shop, Schulenburg Tires, Tom and